Hello everyone. So if you are in the same growing zone and you are not expecting any more frost or freezing temperatures and your average frost date has been passed already, now is a good time to go ahead and put the lemongrass that you have been overwintering during the winter, go ahead and put them in the ground. And today I will also show you a stupid thing that I did. All right, so I think maybe a few weeks ago I put all the lemongrass, well, I took all the lemongrass containers from the garage and set them underneath the Japanese maple so they wouldn't get too hot, kind of like hardening them up. But this was the first time that I've done that. I guess I was experimenting, or I thought it might be a good idea that they would have a better time being in the ground, I'm assuming. So after they were put out here, we got like several days of rainy weather, like crazy rain, thunderstorms, kind of weather. So anyway, they got too wet, the containers got too wet, and I stupidly watered them in too, not even thinking too much about it. You know, I would lightly water them in. So because they got so wet for a long period of time, and these lemongrass stalks were not fully, ready to develop like great roots for them to be all set in the ground. Of course, they got rotted down. So today I actually brought them out here in a line like this where they could get more sun and dry up the soil. But earlier during the day, all the containers were really soaked with water. Anyway, so because of that stupid thing that I did, bringing them outside when they were not ready to be planted yet, 35 of them are lost. So I overwintered 80 individual stalks, and I counted everything that I've used up already for our local plant sale, a workshop that I did. I calculated all of that, including the ones that I recently put in the ground. So so what it turned out to be is that I only have 16 good ones left. The rest of them are gone. They got waterlogged. The take-home message is do not bring your lemongrass out unless you are ready to plant them in the ground, especially if you live in an environment like I do, which we get periods of no rain, but then when we do get rain, it's like flooding rain. It's like rain that never stops. Like this one, it's all mushy all the way down to the base. So that one is gone. That one is gone. Even though it's green here, there's nothing down there. It's all mushy. That one, there's something there. And unfortunately, this whole container has no survivor. I'll go ahead and plant the ones that are still alive. And for right now, I do want to have enough for the back area. Right, so here's the good news. Even though I've killed 35 individual lemongrass plants, this year I am lucky enough to have, I would say, I think at least half of the lemongrass plants that were planted last year still alive. So I've seen a lot of foliage pushing through. And even though 35 are gone, at least I don't have to worry about not having enough lemongrass. We can honestly say it's a tender perennial in our zone here. So let me show you some of the ones that came back, and we'll show you how I go about just pruning them back. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so do you see this? This is one of the lemongrass plants that came back. So it is pushing through, but there's not enough room for it on this side. So let me show you how I went about pruning the dead stalks back. So these are, you can see these are pretty mushy. They're dead. They're all soggy. So they're easily broken off. But if they're not, you can use your like a lopper, or I don't know some of those tools what their names are, but yeah, you can just come back and just shear it all the way. You can see that we got rain as mentioned, and because of that these have rotted down. The same reason why those individual stalks did not make it. You will find bugs here too. I don't have my glasses, so I really can't see. You can lay these to dry or set them somewhere to dry and use them as mulch later. By doing this, you're allowing, oh my goodness, I got bit by something. This is why I don't like to wear short sleeve shirts outside in the garden, because there's always something. I've already got bitten by a few mosquitoes already, but this one felt different. Okay, all right, continue on. And by taking all the stalks out, it allows the crown here to dry up, so that way these guys will be better protected and they won't be rotting down in the future. So it's good for now. I'll just come back and clean this area up a little bit more, but that's basically how you do it. So if I wanted to later, I could come and just chop this part out and just leave this here. But I have left it like this before, and you know, this one will just die down later and you can just take them out a lot easier. Look at how big this is. I cleaned as much up as I could over here, but I did not cut it back or chop it back some more, so I just kind of left it like that. So this one I could probably cut it into threes and have 3 individual lemongrass plants. Maybe I'll do that to replace some of the other ones. All right, so this is what I did with the dead stalks of lemongrass. Put them over here, and by doing that, it helps to keep this small berm as weed free as possible. Of course, there's always going to be weeds, and this season right now I am so behind with the weeds. So I am so happy this year that there are a lot more lemongrass that have survived this winter than in the previous years. But at the same time, I did plant a lot of lemongrass as well. I believe between 32 to 35. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, a lot more. Unfortunately, all the lemon grasses just beyond our patio, our back patio here, did not make it. So let me show you those. And please excuse the weeds. So there's all the lemon grasses, and I do not see any of them coming up right now. So I can honestly say it is the end of April. Today is April 30th. And because these have not come up yet, I can assume that they have all died, and we'll just pop them all out and just make sure that for the next 10 days, I would say at least 2 weeks, you're not going to get any rain. That's going to be a lot, meaning like a lot of rain every single day for a few days, because when that happens, it could rot the lemongrass stalks down, because again, they're vulnerable. So just make sure you keep an eye on them and try to plant somewhere that's not going to get waterlogged. That way they're not going to get too wet. Or you can plant them a little higher, like raise them up more. Well, right. You probably saw me add some soil. You don't need to. I think I was mainly doing it because where the lemongrass plants were was kind of making the area sink a little bit. So that's the reason why I decided to put some soil here. I did not even have enough for 2 other ones. So we'll go ahead and plant this. Typically, I do not fertilize it, but if you want to, you could. But they're really low maintenance here. They don't require a lot of care for me, even fertilizing. So all I'm gonna do is just to make sure these get planted. This area is not pretty right now, but that's okay because that's not what I'm going for. I just want these lemongrass plants to be in the ground ASAP. So that way they will be saved from getting rotten away, or get it rotted away. Rotted away, yeah. So you see, look at the root for that one. So we'll go a little deeper. And I'll kind of mound it up a little bit so that way it will have good drainage if it does rain. We'll just do the same thing to the other ones. This is long right now, the leaves. You can just take some of them back so that way, you know, it's going to use its energy now for root development. It doesn't have to worry about leaves right now. I'll do the same for this one. All right, these have been planted in, and that was the most important thing today, was get them planted in. I still have several more, and I'll go ahead and pop those somewhere else. Again, we are not looking for prettiness, just wanted to get them in the ground so they will be able to do their thing. I added an additional one right here, so I kind of moved the spot. So that one didn't have anything in there initially. It was somewhere over here. So anyway, I broke the area into 2 sections. So I have a lemongrass there, one right there, and this was that small leaf sunflower, and this is going to get big. So I'm hoping that when the lemongrass comes up, it'll have some support for this guy. So I think that is it for this video. I just wanted to share this with you, that it is time, a good time now. If you are in the same growing zone, same growing condition as I do, now is a good time to put your lemongrass in, especially when you know the next 7 days you might not get rain. That will be good for the lemongrass. But if you do get some rain, just kind of keep an eye on them to make sure that they're not getting too much water, and that you also try not to plant them in a, I guess, in a moist environment, and then try to raise up the root ball. That will help as well. And also wanted to share the stupid thing that I did, so you know, going forward, try not to do the same thing as I did. Just based on my experience from previous years, they don't need to be hardened off when they are ready to be planted in the ground. I would say typically, from what I have been doing, it is late April, early May. Now I wanted to do it on May 1st, so it'll be the same every year, but I'll be pretty busy. So tomorrow is May 1st. I just wanted to get this done as well. So it's just 1 day difference, but I'm shooting for May 1st each year. So maybe you can do that too. When it's May 1st, you know that it's time to put your lemongrass in the ground. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. And until the next one, take care and bye for now. So finally got to pretty up this place yesterday, which was Sunday, and lemongrass was planted last Wednesday. And guess what? We got rain that evening, early morning, and then some rain every day after that, except for yesterday, which was a Sunday. So today is Monday, and looks like the lemongrasses are all doing well, except for this, which I don't think it's because of getting too much rain. I think it just was bad from the beginning. It's kind of mushy right now, but we'll see how it does, and if it doesn't do well, we'll just pop it out and add a new one in. So anyway, the rest of them are doing great. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you for sticking around, and wanted to just give you an update that the lemongrasses are still doing well. Thank you again for watching the video. If you would like to support my channel, please subscribe and watch some of the other videos. The video links are up above for you. So with that, thank you so much in advance. Take care and bye for now.